Hey everyone, today I'm sharing with you a quick little value study or studies. And I bought this grayscale and value finder from Jackson's Art, I don't know how long ago, and I haven't really used it. I don't do value studies. I more pick up a brush, pick up some paints, and just paint what I feel like. I do use reference photos sometimes, but not always. Anyway, as I've said in previous videos, I'm currently taking an Angela Fehr class called Watercolor Mastery. The class is currently not open for registration because it's a live class, and it will reopen sometime next year. So if you're interested in that, then make sure you follow her YouTube channel and so you know when the course opens again. I am thoroughly enjoying it. Anyway, week 2 was about value studies, and I definitely see the value in value studies. So basically value, I'm so not an expert, I'm self-taught. I haven't properly learned, I didn't go to art school, sadly, but so I don't have that, classic education with all the theory. I do read books and, watch a lot of tutorials about color theory and other techniques to develop your skill. So I am definitely not an authority, is what I'm trying to say. So I may explain things in not a very accurate way. Please forgive me and take things I say with a grain of salt, because as I've said, I'm completely self-taught, and so that's how it is. Anyway, value study is basically trying to figure out how dark certain areas of your paintings are. And the common conception is that an interesting painting has some contrast in its values. Now, I've also been interested, actually, what I'm doing is pretty straightforward, and I'm using my Paul Rubens watercolors for this. You can see my review on them on my channel. They're really fun, and I will also be including those in my gift guide because I think they're just packaged beautifully. So yeah, a little bit got sidetracked there, but what was I saying? Okay, so I'm also interested in this concept I saw somewhere on the Artist Network. I'm sorry, this is a little bit all over the place, my narration, so forgive me again, but I'm trying to share a lot of thoughts at the same time, and that's always tricky. There's also the whole color as value thing, because like colors that are more blue tend to seem more far away, whereas really warm yellow colors, not warm yellow colors, yellow colors or those type of colors seem to really pop to the front. So I've also seen some artists use not necessarily dark colors as much as specific shades like blues and kind of really cool bluish grays for their shadows areas that, in the value sense should be darker. So the whole thing is not so simple, and I'm very drawn to the color as value concept because I am generally just more drawn to brighter, lighter colors. So for me, adding those darks, it doesn't come naturally, and I don't always like the way that it looks. So I'm very interested in finding ways to give my paintings that feeling of interest, depth, contrast, but not necessarily get really, really dark with my colors. But anyway, I definitely see the value in these value studies because, first of all, you kind of just get to play, and there's not a lot of pressure of making something good because it's from the get-go, it's for learning purposes only. So that's already a good place to start. But I also feel you can definitely, think a little bit about composition as you're doing this, and also kind of audition, future paintings. Well, I guess that's the basic idea in sketching anyway. But see how the elements look. Also, I'm testing my own little skills for just drawing different things. I have been using watercolors for a long time, but I've done a lot of more like abstract, just playing with colors, very loose florals, that type of thing. I can't say that I have a lot of experience in painting landscapes or buildings or that sort of thing. I've done it, but I feel like I need to improve those skills a lot more. So this is a really good way for me to just, try my hand at different subjects and see how I like it. Now, the photos here were taken by a friend of mine. I've also talked about this before. She moved into a new apartment, and I really, really want to give her like a series of original watercolor paintings based, like using her photos as a reference. So this last photo is actually the one I took and heavily edited it in Photoshop to get kind of a more magical black and white look. In the future, I definitely also want to get more into landscape and kind of work on how to make, for example, such a scene look not two-dimensional, because that's always the struggle, right? We're painting on a flat piece of paper, something that we're trying to make it look three-dimensional, 3D. More dimensional. So I really feel like I have to work on that, and that's definitely also where I'll be going with my continuous studying of watercolors and painting and everything. So I think there's definitely a lot to learn from these studies, and I can also appreciate it. And I am starting to enjoy it more because I feel like I'm kind of more aware of what I'm looking for, where I want my focal point to be. And because I'm also planning or hoping to stay in a very kind of loose style. So I do want to kind of zone in on the most important detail in my painting and then keep the rest very, very loose and, suggestive, not detailed. So I'm learning a lot, and also being me, I couldn't stay with just one color. So I played with several colors, and that's it. I really enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Also, let me know if you like value studies, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.